But speaking of Germany, though, Holmar's catalog asked Elon this last week. He said, hey, what kind of cells are you planning to move our hearts with in Berlin? CATL LFPs, 2170 cells, 4680's. I know you said you're making cells in Berlin.
And Elon said Berlin will use 4680 cell with structural pack and front and rear single-piece castings. Also, a new paint system. Lots of new technology will happen in Berlin, which means significant production risk. Fremont and Shanghai will transition in around 2 years when this new tech is proven.
All right, this is big news because the Model Y in Germany is expected to start production in the second half of 2021. That's about a year from now. Battery Day was a sandbag. I mean, that's obvious now.
What do you mean?
Well, we talked about how Battery Day was kind of this problem that Elon had where he wanted to tell you all about this great news coming up, but he has the Osborne effect to worry about. If he tells you about these new great features, you'll hold off buying the car.
And so what he just said was that Germany is going to get this great new Model Y with the front and rear casting and the structural battery pack. And
maybe even a new paint job.
Right. And in the US and China, we'd have to wait 2 years?
But I'm just saying, if you were in the market right now for a Model Y, let's say in the US or China, you might just be like, oh, I'm just going to hang back and wait for the super duper version of the car to come out.
Well, so that kind of gets to the question. Everyone is like, well, I guess I should wait for these 4680 batteries. And it's like, why? Like, what are you waiting for? What is it going to be able to do?
They're better.
Yes.
They're bigger.
Bigger and better from the sense that Tesla is going to be able to produce them cheaper, be able to make the car
in a different way. So I'll get a cheaper car.
It's not clear as to whether that is true or not.
But I'm going to wait.
But you might be waiting 2 years to get a car that is pretty much the same thing.
But I'll know it's better.
Is that really all you would be waiting for? That's the really, really, really weird thing about this is that you can buy a Model Y right now. It has all the specs. Maybe we're just all going to wait thinking that, oh, it's going to be this much, much better car. But again, you're going to be waiting a long time.
No, I think you have a really good point. I think that most people who are buying these cars don't even know that there are batteries in them probably. So
right.
It's only the small percentage probably watching this show that are like, I know the tech that's going in there. But you bring up a good point. It's probably not going to go faster. It's probably not going to have a different range. It's just that he's doing this to save money. So maybe somewhere down the line, the car will get cheaper, but you're going to have to wait years for that. Elon went on to say, battery pack will be a bonded structure with cells providing shear transfer between steel upper and lower face sheets, eliminating most of the center body parts while providing better torsional rigidity and improved polar movement or inertia. This is a major breakthrough. Okay, I'm going to get the improved polar moment. That's what I've been waiting for, Jesse. I told you the day would come when I would get that.
I really don't think that it's going to make as much of a material difference. It's kind of sucks that Elon is such an engineer that he would actually talk about stuff like this. Find me another CEO who has ever mentioned polar movement about their cars.
Let me go through Jim Hackett's... Nope, don't see any.
Yeah.
But how about this tweet? Tesla Dry said, how do you repair rear-end damage with frame involvement if everything is just one piece?
Elon said the crash absorption rails can be cut off and replaced with a bolted part for collision repair. Now, this does get into a very interesting question. People are worried that because the frame is now going to be made out of, single-body casts, one in the front, one in the rear, that if that gets hit, your car is going to be totaled. And I have some news for you. If that part of your frame gets hit, your car's totaled now. It doesn't matter if it's made out of 70 parts or one. If it gets hit and your frame gets bent, that's pretty much the end of your car.
It's true. I mean, most insurance companies now, when your frame gets bent, it's because you're in a really bad accident. They just total the car. It's not worth it for them because keep in mind, to fix that car costs thousands of dollars more. And so they're just like, oh, it's just cheaper to write it off. So, because, they're going to auction it anyway. So,
as worried as everyone can be about this single body, oh, what if it gets dented or moved? It would have been totaled anyway.
Hey everybody, thanks so much for watching Now You Know Clips. You can watch full episodes of Tesla Time News on Mondays and in-depths on Fridays. Just click the link down below to head over to the Now You Know channel.